Okay, this would be health tip numero dos. And health tip number 1 was about cayenne. And I failed to mention that cayenne does help with blood pressure. This one is going to be about apple cider vinegar with the mother. Raw apple cider vinegar. My beloved is still in Michigan with my daughter, taking care of a new mommy and her little baby girl. It's nice that she can help out for a couple weeks. That kind of helps mommy. I mentioned in the cayenne video that a person needs to listen to your body, and my eyeballs started talking to me a little bit and said, hey, I feel a little pressure up here and I feel like I'm kind of getting bug-eyed. And yeah, it sure does give me a little bit of a peripheral vision. And then my hands piped up and said, well, if you got peripheral vision, you can help me pass the basketball better. But my brain was saying, I kind of feel a little bit of pressure up here also. And then my mouth, kind of chimed in after my eyeballs said, this just ain't feeling the greatest. And my mouth chimed in and said, you ain't supposed to say ain't. And then my nose chimed in and said, well, don't stick me in his business. You always sticking your nose, me in the eyeball's business. And so my brain was saying, hey, the air pressure up here is just a little higher than usual. And I've never really had blood pressure problems. So I was in a Sam's Club and a Walmart, and I thought, I'll check it. And the first time I checked it was like 135/84, and I thought, whoa, that ain't normal for me. And I thought, maybe it's a bad one. A couple of days later, I checked it again, and it was like 132/83, and I was, oh, hey, that's still not real good. So I thought, I've got to take responsibility for my body. I must have been slacking here. And I haven't been doing my apple cider vinegar lately. What you could do with this is, take a couple tablespoons and stick that in some glass of water, and then take some nice raw honey, put that in there, some nice raw honey from our own bees, and then guzzle that down in that apple cider vinegar. And here's a wonderful book on apple cider vinegar. Paul Bragg was one individual that I do enjoy reading. The man lived to be 94, according to some of the records. Of course, Wikipedia is going to lie about that. Now, this says here, apple cider vinegar is rich in minerals, enzymes, and potassium. And it's a natural antibiotic, and it helps control and normalize the weight. It improves digestion and assimilation. Yeah, I know that. It helps digestion if you get indigestion. Try a little apple cider vinegar. It'll help with arthritis and the stiffness and artery and plaque. Now, I know what works on plaque because back there I've got my distiller, water distiller, and I've got some distilled vinegar trying to clean out some of the calcium on the edges. And so I know what vinegar does. That's my water distiller. It's down by my corn distiller. But even at that, I knew this would kind of clean out some of the plaque, and that should help with my blood pressure. And it removes body toxins, it says. And then you could use it externally. I've heard use some in a bathtub, where you pour it in the bathtub with Epsom salt, and it kind of draws stuff out. Now I decided, I'll do the apple cider vinegar, but I want to take a shot of this. Take 1 ounce. This is ginger and honey and apple cider. And so I just take the shot of it. And that'll fire you up. And so I even put some of the apple cider vinegar, and not the good stuff, but I put some of the others in the water for my chickens. This time of year I'll put a little bit of food grade peroxide and a little bit of habanero or liquid cayenne. And little birds, I'll put some dry cayenne in their feed, and then they get their feed, and oh, that's hot. They run to the water thinking that they're going to get cool off, and it's got some cayenne in there too. And so that kind of keeps them all fired up. Our eggs are naturally spicy. But I figured that this should help with my you know, temporary little lapse of high, you know, little high blood pressure. And so another thing, you know, what a person might, this is another book that I like to look at. This is on vegetable juicing. This was Norman Walker. Now his birthday was supposed to be like 1860 something. He's supposed to have lived 119. He was the son of a Baptist preacher who served in Scotland. And I dare say Norman Walker is one of the first health gurus. You don't find any zero new agey stuff in here. He's got I think about 8 books, and this is on vegetable and fruit juices. But you know, maybe those books would help you out. Maybe this apple cider vinegar one by Mr. Bragg. Another thing I like to do is the blackstrap molasses. Ooh boy! Don't that looks like a little bit like coffee? Blackstrap. You know what coffee's good for? That coffee's good for an enema. Okay, but this blackstrap molasses, you know, it's unsulfured. You know, it's best to have unsulfured. I told my wife, you know, that kind of reminds me of Hershey's syrup, chocolate syrup, and she says you got too much of an imagination there. But this here blackstrap has a lot of minerals and certain vitamin B, and then some zinc and potassium. Now that potassium, you know, I think that's in bananas. That'll calm the nervous system, and it'll lower your BP, your blood pressure, and help relieve muscle cramps. And that blackstrap, that old blackstrap, also has got some silica in it and some iron. Some iron for you ladies. You don't have to eat some nuts and bolts and nails. You just get some iron out of the blackstrap. Now my wife just told me this morning that this super grapes is supposed to help with blood pressure. But I wanted to stick with my blackstrap, or my apple cider vinegar, because I pretty much knew the track record with that. I knew that it will make your blood vessels more pliable, and it kind of clean them out. You know, it's kind of like a rotor-rooter on your blood vessels. And so after doing that for a day or so, I'm going to go check my blood pressure again. And the next time I checked it, it was like 116/73. And I said, well, okay, that's getting better, that's getting better. And so we'll be happy with that. So these are just some health ideas that we do. Of course, they're not referred to medical information. But just kind of listen to your body and do a little study and take responsibility for your body, because your body's the only one you got. And it's the temple of the Holy Ghost, and we need to take care of it. And like it says in 1 Corinthians 10, whether therefore you eat or drink, do all to the glory of God.